Hello everyone, as Roma prepare yet another game against Cagliari away. It's one of those games which can turn out to be a very complicated game. That's the perfect definition of this one. It's one of those games which they're clearly the weakest team in this league, but it's always once again a tough ground to play in, and I expect a team, Cagliari, who wants kind of a sense of change, a sense of wanting to change their current situation. So it definitely won't be easy. But look, this is your predicted 11. This is your match preview. We're going to speak about them. We're going to speak about this game. We're going to speak about how things can change in the league if we win this game or if we don't win this game. So if you're ready, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and obviously I didn't mention this before, welcome to Roma Theory. I want to start with them. Let's start with them. So Cagliari are a newly promoted side. This would obviously be the completion of us facing the newly promoted sides in the first round of the season. Genoa last week, Frosinone last week, and in fact Cagliari this weekend. So our last three consecutive league games have been against the three newly promoted sides. So this would put an end to them. Obviously we lost against Genoa, we won against Frosinone. Hopefully we win on Sunday. But so Cagliari, look, I have to be honest with you. Looking at the three newly promoted sides at the start of the season, I would have definitely said Cagliari was the most experienced one because of their manager, because of their experience, and because of the squad they had. But we're 1 month into the season, and it looks like this prediction completely got completely destroyed because Cagliari are clearly the weakest out of the three newly promoted sides. They're clearly the weakest because they lack good quality players. They lack a sense of organization. They have a lot of trouble inside that football club as well. They have a lot of trouble with their stadium. It wasn't big enough technically. It's not a massive stadium, and you know that Serie A has kind of laws that you gotta fulfill for a team to play in top tier Italian football. So they had to do something to their stadium. They didn't start their Serie A experience the way they wanted. It would be a lie for everyone to say that Cagliari wanted to start out like this. They've got, however, one of the greatest managers in the history of the game. Not because of trophies he won, not because of the palmarès and the trophy cabinet that he brings along with him, but because of a sense of respect. Sir Claudio Ranieri. This is, I listened to his press conference today, and this is obviously an emotional game for him. He is a Roma fan. He has kind of grown up in Rome since a little kid, in the middle of the zone in Rome where Roma fans are kind of born. He's Roman. He loves this team. He was our manager a few years ago. In fact, when De Rossi retired, he got appointed by Roma to kind of be that interim manager before getting Fonseca. He came, he responded present, he said yes, despite the difficulties that Roma was facing, and brought this team in a Europa League spot from like 12th position. He did his best, he gives his best, he gives his sense of pride wherever he goes. He's obviously breaking the laws of this game with his achievement in England with Leicester. He's broken all records with Cagliari. He's been their manager 2 times, and in 2 times he brought them from the Serie B to the Serie A. In fact, leading to this, after he brought Cagliari to the Serie A last season in that incredible playoff game against Bari, he actually got named hereditary citizen of Cagliari, because of like honorary citizen of Cagliari, of the city of Cagliari. He is Sir Claudio Ranieri. There is a reason for English fans calling him Sir. He is incredible manager who puts respect, humbleness, in front of everything. And yeah, I mean, Roma fans can never hate on him. He will never hate on Roma. So this will definitely be an emotional game for him. It's Jose against Ranieri. But yeah, I mean, Ranieri isn't working well. In fact, I actually think if he continues like this, I know it's crazy, but I think he will be the first manager sacked in fact, second, because Zanetti from Empoli got sacked. If he continues like this, he can only get sacked. If that's obviously the outcomes of this season. But speaking about their team, they are a team which I think lack identity. I think Cagliari lack that standout player. You look at their team, who do they have? I mean, yeah, Frosinone is kind of like that, but there are a few players in the Frosinone squad which can change games. I still kind of find difficulties in finding a player who can bring this team on his back and win them games or score them goals. They are a team which has scored very few goals and has conceded a lot of goals. They, in fact, from the start of the league to now, they only scored 2 goals and they've conceded like 3, 6, 8, 10, 12. They've conceded 12 goals and only scored 2 in like 1 month of action. This is a game which on paper we can't lose. We are better than them. Standout players, if I need to find standout players in their team, I'd probably go with Nathan Nandez, Uruguayan midfield. He's been at Cagliari for a long while. Pitania up front. I mean, the fact that their most valuable player is Pitania is very significant. This team lacks identity. Unfortunately, I think they will get relegated if they don't sort things out. But yeah, I wish them their best. I love Ranieri, and if Ranieri is Cagliari's manager, I wish them the all best. But obviously in this game, I hope they lose. Which brings us on to our part of this game. Fatigue. It's always like this when we play on a Thursday. When we play on a Thursday and then we play back in the weekend. It's been like this for a long while now, for at least 2 weeks. From that Sheriff game up to now, we've played, like 7 games in the space of 2 weeks. It is ridiculous the amount of games these players are playing, and we can't even say that yesterday there was a massive turnover because the majority of our big players started. We care about Europa League, and it is only right for us to start our best team even against Servette if we want to go all in that tournament. I expect obstacles, but overall I think we can't not win this game. You know, not winning this game would be completing basically the easiest part of your calendar around the 15th position in the league. If we win this game, we would kind of still regret all of the points we lost against the low teams, but if we win this game, we would definitely escalate a few positions. We would get closer to Conference League, Europa League positions, and then we can ultimately, possibly, hopefully push for that top 4 position, maybe. It's top 4 is definitely a long way from now, seeing the points we've lost, but if we win on Sunday, we could get closer to it, and things can change. We lack consistency and we need to find consistency. So, I mean, I expect a tired team, but overall, I also kind of expect the same team that wanted a reaction against Frosinone. This team knows that even after that Frosinone win, their start of the season is not good enough. And they will definitely want to carry that sense of reaction. There's going to be a packed away end. They want to do it for them. I think after that Genoa game, I know we did play against Frosinone and Servette, and maybe this statement which I'm about to say should be applied if we had beaten better sides, but after that Genoa game, we really looked at us in the dressing room and asked ourselves a few questions. And hopefully these questions, these tactical problems have now been resolved. And we can play a good game on Sunday. I expect goals on Sunday because, as I just said, Cagliari don't score many goals. And if that's the case, we can play with a higher defence line, just like we did with Servette yesterday, which led to more goals. And Cagliari also have a terrible defence, and Lukaku's on great form, Belotti's on great form, Dybala's back. I expect goals on Sunday. I'm not expecting 1-0 wins. I normally predict that when it comes to Roma, but I'm expecting 2 goals from Roma, something like that. But yeah, I don't want to jinx anything, but that's my prediction. Moving on to the predicted 11. As you can probably see from the screen, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one because I have gone with a formation change. I've gone with a few surprises. Now, I have gone with a 3-4-1-2, which is how we started this season. Then we kind of went back to playing with one striker, and yeah, we lost a few games and we won a few games. But I think after such a good chemistry and connection in that Servette game between Lukaku and Belotti, it would be unfair not to start the both of them. I think Belotti and Lukaku together are probably one of the most on-form players in this team at time of speaking. So why not start them together against a weak defence? Servette had a weak defence. They played very well together. So I want this. I want to see this, actually. I want to see this. But going chronologically, Rui Patricio in goal. Look, I would give Svilor a chance. I would give Svilor a chance, but Rui Patricio is untouchable for Jose in the league. But I would give Svilor a chance. Not necessarily because he kept a clean sheet yesterday, but because maybe in some aspects he provides more confidence to our defence. And the more confident our defence, maybe the better our defence plays. I would give Svilor a chance, but this is what I think Mourinho will pick. So I think Rui Patricio starts. But let me know in the comments down below who you would start between Svilor and Rui Patricio. 3-man defence with Mancini, Cristante and Ndicka, no surprises. 4 midfielders, I've gone with Celik on one side and Spinazzola on the other side. Similar discussion to Belotti here. Celik is coming from a great game. You know me, I'm not a big fan of Celik, but when he plays well, I will give him credit. Yesterday, he was one of my man of the matches. My man of the match was Belotti, but he played a very good game. Provided 2 assists, he looked confident in attack, he looked confident in defence. It's only right to start Celik in this game, with Spinazzola on the other side. In the middle, I've gone with a surprise. I mean, can you call it a surprise? Paredes is going to start, another untouchable player. He's turning into that Matic player, which Jose absolutely loves. I've gone with Bove, again, 3rd consecutive game, because I basically grew up with my grandfather telling me this thing, that when a team wins a game, you should never apply a lot of changes to the team which won the game. And I am applying this rule, which my grandfather repeated me when I was a very young kid to me. La squadra che vince non si cambia. And that's the philosophy behind this decision. We're coming from 2 consecutive wins with Bove in the middle. He wasn't amazing in both games, but was he better than Aouar? Yes, he was. Is Pellegrini injured? Yes, he is. So Pellegrini can't start this game. Same typical Pellegrini injury. It's his muscle problem. He'll be out for a bit, probably back after the international break. Bove is living a better moment than Aouar. Aouar played a few good passes yesterday, but overall, Aouar still hasn't really got a clue of how to move on that pitch and how to take Dybala's responsibilities when he's not there. Long story short, I think in these past few games which Aouar played, he's been a ghost. Bove puts that soul on the pitch, is never a ghost because he's everywhere on that pitch. Bove and Paredes. Dybala, back, had 90 minutes, slept on that bench, laid his legs. He'll be charged, fully recharged for this game. So I'm expecting a Dybala masterclass. And up front, I've gone with a 2-striker option, Belotti and Lukaku. Last season, our problem with scoring goals this season, with such an attack, the last problem we're going to think about is scoring goals. Lukaku's living such a good period of form. I'm going to say it. Lukaku to score again. Belotti, maybe to score. I don't know, but they played so well. It would be wrong for everyone and Mourinho not to start them together. And yeah, the fact that Pellegrini's injured maybe can change a few things. Because if Pellegrini wasn't there, if Pellegrini was there, then both Pellegrini and Dybala would have started. And maybe starting both Lukaku and Belotti would have been unbalanced. But now that Pellegrini's injured, I want this starting lineup. And this is what I'm hoping for. But yeah, look, this is it. I think when it comes to predictions, you know me, I don't love predictions, but I can't imagine us losing this game. Cagliari are the weakest team in this league by 77 miles. They lack goals and they lack clean sheets. That needs to be an easy win. The only thing which worries about me is not the team, it's the manager, Ranieri, who once in a while pulls his magic out of his hat. And the thing which worries me is the ground, because going to Sardinia is always great, beautiful, incredible island, but it's always a pain in the ass. It's far away, you gotta get a plane to go there. Tough ground. It's one of those small grounds, so the atmosphere will be on Cagliari's side, home advantage. It's always tough. I mean, the last time we played against Cagliari away, Cagliari actually went on a lead, and then Pellegrini scored a free kick goal, and then I believe Felix Afena-Gyan scored one. It was something like that, but we came back in a crazy game. It was Jose's first year when Cagliari was back in this area. But overall, that was a different Cagliari. That Cagliari had interesting players like João Pedro. That Cagliari had Nainggolan in the midfield. That Cagliari had Cragno in goal. I think Cagliari lost identity. We gotta exploit this and we gotta get the 3 points. Because if we get the 3 points, we would climb some positions which is where we should be at time of speaking, but we aren't. We would get closer to top 4. Top 4 would still be a mirage, but would get in that Europa League area, and then push it, and maybe, you know, always believe in that last top 4 position, because the first 3 positions are gone. Inter Milan and Juventus are going to get the first 3 positions. It's between Napoli, Atalanta, Fiorentina, Roma and Lazio, if you ask me. And Lazio have got Atalanta this weekend, so one of the two or both of them can lose points. Fiorentina have Napoli, so this again is another game week to capitalise on potentially other teams losing points. But yeah, look, I will catch you tomorrow with another live stream as always. On Sunday, live watch along, so stay tuned for that. I enjoyed the live watch along yesterday, so come back on Sunday for the Cagliari live watch along. I believe we're playing at 6 p.m. on a Sunday Italian time. So yeah, good timing, not too late. Love it, love 6 p.m. kickoffs. So I'll catch you then. If you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching this now, if you click that like button, Romelu Lukaku will shut up the Cagliari fans as well. And yeah, it's a road to 10k, so please get it done. If you've already subscribed, get your friends and family to subscribe. I want 100 likes in this video. And yeah, you're all legends. Enjoy your weekend. Talk to you soon. See you all. Out.